Checking in the office. It's a Sunday. It's quiet. There's my standing desk. Hello. Just wanted to bring up a few points on the advertising and marketing vlog. Essentially, it's around the idea of you've just started a job. How do you move up? Everybody's interested in that. Everybody's interested in a quick promotion. Getting a feel that they're actually good at this or have got potential in this area that they're going into. This can apply to any industry, not just advertising and marketing. And here's my top tip: work on weekends. If you want to go up quick, you got to work harder than is expected of you, and you've got to make sure that you're putting in the hard yards, because I don't pick up things massively quickly. I'm not hugely sharp like some people who can just understand and digest things rapidly. But what I can do is I can compensate for that by putting in the time and then making sure that when I've made a mistake or there's a learning, I will learn from that long term, which is one of my strengths, I'd say, in terms of trying to progress quickly. And the key thing that I did when I joined VaynerMedia was I did work a few weekends, and I'm working a weekend now. I've just, not a whole weekend, but Sunday, I will work throughout Sunday to tee myself up, to learn stuff that I'm struggling with, to make sure that I'm on the ball moving into the next week. And this is one of the key things, that you can't expect to go up more rapidly than you should be going up if you're not putting in the hours, if you're not putting in the time required to actually learn the information and try and get near to the people who are above you in terms of skill set and just how well you know the job, how good you are at it day to day. Those are really key things to bear in mind. Just the one variable you can control is how hard you work, but then also making sure that you're revising. Oh, this is annoying me, this piece of hair. You're revising the right materials, and every week trying to pick up on areas where you're not doing so well, observing everybody in the office that's above you and picking out their best bits and then replicating that. And that's what I'm trying to do every single week, is just pick out that's an awesome way to communicate. That's a really efficient way of doing your email. Tiny little incremental gains that together makes a huge difference in the way you operate on a day-to-day basis, makes your job a lot easier. And I've already seen it. I started 6 months ago at VaynerMedia as an ACC, so that's entry-level position. 6 months later, I've gone up to account executive, and already, if I look back at my previous performances, I was a lot slower, didn't know what was going on, slightly less confidence, although I did go in fairly confident because it's just something that I got taught in the previous jobs I was doing. Lots of initiative, lots of grabbing the ball by the horns, just go for it, crack on. If you make a mistake, as long as it's a reasonable one and you've measured the downside before committing. Obviously, you've always got to do that. Just measure the downside. If you are unsure on what the adverse effects could be of a mistake, you better go and check in with someone a little bit more senior and ask them. But always attack, always be on the front foot, driving through the covers, to put it in cricketing terms. And that's my top piece of advice. Put in a few weekends and then you will get ahead. I did it for my exams. I did it when I was at school, when I was on the FIFA and COD diet throughout kind of age 8 to maybe 14. That was all I was doing. And then I began to put shifts in, to read some books, to learn some stuff, and things change. It's as simple as that. Checking out.